Yes, everyone, how are we doing? So, welcome to the Built Different podcast. This is both mine and Aaron's first time actually running a podcast here. So, if it's shit, don't be mean to us in the comments. But, guys, welcome to this. This is going to be everything about fitness, bodybuilding, PEDs, nutrition, mindset, everything around building a killer physique and also a killer life, proper habits, things that you can cross transfer from your physique journey into every aspect of life without the BS, okay? And all the rubbish that's out there these days. We're going to keep this real. That's the biggest thing. So I suppose we'll just start by having a bit of an introduction, really. So I'm Sam. I've been bodybuilding for 11 years now, which feels like a crazy, crazy long time. Discovered it at a young age of 16, literally went into the gym, and in all honesty, I was just hooked straight away. You couldn't get me out of it. And then fast forward a couple of years from there, started doing some bodybuilding shows before I even had enough muscle to even be worthy of doing a show, to be honest, but we live and learn. And fast forward into today, I'm deep into a 2-year off season to come back as a competitive heavyweight and grace the stage again. But patience is a virtue. I'm also an online coach, as well as Aaron as well. And I coach plenty of guys and girls get in the best shape of their life, not only for the stage, but also for photo shoots, just general life, building the habits and building a life that is worth living through the passion of fitness. So I'll pass it over to you, Aaron. Introduce yourself, my man.
Aaron, I've been bodybuilding, I'd say 10 years now myself as well. Started off as a hobby, just wanted to get in shape, was out of shape, and then got in shape and got a little bit ahead of myself and thought I could straight away go into a competition season and totally got smoked. I feel
it's always the way, bro.
That was the best thing that could come out of it, because you know what? I learned, okay, keep level-headed and actually build the process, right? So spent years in the off-season game and so on, and then went to compete this time last year, April time last year, won a show, and then came out of there, did off-season, and now at the minute, just actually on a photo shoot prep. So
yes.
In terms of, which is great, right? In terms of working and stuff, like online coach, like Sam said, myself, I'll do people who are doing photo shoots, competitions as well, but mainly lifestyle. It's mainly down to like the South Asian community, building a healthy lifestyle for them around their structure, around their business life, around their work life. So fitness just becomes a part of it, because I know how it was when I was starting out myself.
100%, man. That's the thing as well, isn't it? Like when you're starting out, it's like, I don't know if you remember it, bro, but like I'd be scared to ask people for a spot, even just like free barbell benching, bro. There's plenty of times where I left that bar on my chest waiting for somebody who looked approachable to actually come and give me a spot and lift it off.
And seeing the biggest guy in the gym getting that anxiety.
Yeah, honestly. I tell you what, bro, like the gym culture's changed, mate. Like gym culture used to be like just literally like, doorman, nutcases, bouncers, but now it's just full of a lot more friendly people and stuff as well.
Or Debo heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day, you know what I mean? Just all the watery physique. Nowadays, everyone's like walking around more like shredded kind of look.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
I'd say.
The bulking days are dead, as everyone keeps going on about. Do you know what I mean?
Now, I do like bulking, Sam. Let's be honest. I don't personally like it.
Oh, mate, 100%. When you're pummeling that food down, Jesus. But, bro, I suppose we'll just start off. Like, how's things been with you, mate? Like, in just general life, what's going on with you?
Yeah, so everything's going good, man. Like, doing, like, obviously, business aside and everything, just training, just normal day-to-day life, normal work life. And now just actually went on to a photo shoot prep, which I was looking to do for a while. Like, me personally, this time around, I've been actually going for a peptides route more.
Yeah, so, nice.
Trying something new, like rather than more of a PEDs approach that we used to use back in the day, or even like until now, So thought I'd try something new, see how the body responds, and April time this year be the photo shoot.
Yeah, man, I love that, bro. I love that. The thing is as well, like I swear, like this whole game of PEDs is changing massively. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously, anabolics, yeah, they're going to be your bread and butter stuff in there, but what that's going to be like in 10 years' time, who knows? We'll probably be old school guys that have, unnecessarily damaged our health, should we say, for the era that we lived in. But peptides are, they are changing the game. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think a lot of people are looking at peptides in the wrong way. I think they're looking
Yeah.
at them as like the answer to their poor lifestyle habits. But people look at anabolics like that, right? And they're still only a supplement. Do you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I think when utilized and put in correctly, you can achieve your result with much better blood markers, much more responsive
Yeah.
atmosphere, and then the smaller amount of anabolics that you use into a healthier body, it gives you.
Amplifies.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly that, bro. It just gives you
Yeah.
a better sort of look and a fresher look with keeping bloods in a good spot. So, what
Hmm.
sort of peps are you running, bro?
What at the minute using GHKCU first of all
Nice.
for my hair.
Yeah.
Then
Fill that
obviously
out, bad boy.
and then the years of damage from PEDs use. Let's see how it works out.
Yeah.
Nah, jokes aside, but yeah, GHKCU, got the MOPC, got the SLU, find good energy benefits from there. Still using the GH just before bed. More for now is just for like health purposes, really, more than anything else.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
And
yeah.
just actually on still a TRT dose, really.
That's nice though, bro. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
like, when you flip the script in that into, let's say, like a rebound after or something,
Yeah,
you've got a good sort of baseline to then sort of work your way up from as well.
exactly.
That's wicked, bro. Like, it's funny because I'm like, I think like 9 weeks into pushing body weight up, and
Mhm.
already it's like, God, you know what? Shredding now was actually fun when I come off the back of my recomp, but I'm
But
just
bro, you're
setting up.
looking massive since I last seen you. When was it? November?
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think November, I was probably about 8 weeks out of 12 into that recomposition phase. I hit a low of like 99.1,
Yeah.
and today I'm weighing in at 107.4.
Mhm.
But I don't think the body composition has actually changed all that much. I spent a good 8 weeks in a health phase, and I'm now a couple of weeks like into my push up. But nothing crazy, bro. I mean, at the minute we got classic mix of test, Masti and Primo.
Yeah, it's good.
But what I've learned about my body, especially recently, is I'm a high aromatizer, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
even just running TRT, which was 200 milligrams a test a week, my estrogen was up in the 200s, and my prolactin was in the 400s, mate, believe it or not. So
Mhm.
just put some extra sort of measures in place, should we say, around that.
Yeah, just to bring the estrogen down, really,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly, bro. And I've gone for like a higher DHT this time, slightly lower
Yeah.
test ratio. So for those who care, at the moment it's 500 milligrams of
Yeah.
testy a week, and 400 Primo, 400 Mast.
Sounds like a
So
dream for me at the minute, bro.
yeah, it's a good mix,
200
man.
test,
I
200
feel
mast.
good. No AIs or anything
Yeah.
like that. We're gonna sort of see where the blood works at week 6,
Mhm.
and sort of take it from there. But in terms of like the setup as well, using some of the engineered products, and it looks like it's keeping things in a good range. That turbogoline and
Yeah.
the turbo arrays, bro. I think they're definitely
Mhm.
working magic on the hormones, but we'll see when I get bloods pulled and see where it is. But
Mhm.
the growth right now is mad, bro. Keeping things insulin sensitive, not pushing the food so hard, letting the training do the talking, recovering, eating at the same times every single day, just living and breathing it, bro. I always find that when I'm in that groove, that's when you get the most progress. I
That's
think
when
people
exactly.
try
And
to look
don't
for this magic thing, and it just doesn't
yeah.
exist. It's in the fucking routine, the day to day,
Exactly.
bro.
And everyone thinks more food's the answer, right? Just to try and push the scale weight up. But we've been there ourselves. What does it do
100%,
in
bro.
reality? Nothing for you, you know? You
Yeah,
come down, you're back at the same body weight.
exactly
So,
that, bro. I don't know if you ever used to do it as well, but like with the off-plan meal, it'd be like, okay, right,
yeah.
I'm gonna use this opportunity to push this scale weight up now, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat a bigger meal than normal. And all it would end up doing, right, is just exhausting the runway that I've actually got to bring my baseline food up later down the line.
Exactly.
So you just end up putting a load more body fat where you spike your insulin up over that meal, and just carrying a shitload of water from one week to the next. Whereas now, like my off-plan meal is like it's going to be. I usually keep it pretty clean, bro. Like it's usually like homemade burgers,
Mhm.
which is where I'll have my normal 250 grams portion of mince for that meal.
Mhm.
I'll air fry my potatoes into chips. That's usually what the meal is. The only extra things that get added in is the burger buns to make it into a burger and chips meal.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of coleslaw or something like that with it.
Mhm.
But I'm not seeing like fucking 2 kilos jump up on scale the next day. It's like it's still digestion. I'm waking up hungry for every meal. Blood glucose is still like 3.5 on wake as well, bro. It's fucking nuts.
That's exactly what I was going to get on to, because normally when you go like do the off plan, we
Yeah.
could easily overdo it. Scale goes up. That's fine. That's another metric. But how does it ruin your digestion in the next coming day?
Yeah, bro,
You
that's
don't
the
feel like
thing.
eating,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Like when you've got a larger amount of muscle and stuff as well, it's like even the start of our gaining phase, the food is actually still high for our digestive system because, yeah, you know, we are bigger individuals, but we still have the same digestive system as any other person. You know what I mean? So we've got to look after that as much as we can. And I say to everyone, it's like you can only grow from what you can actually digest. And the thing is, as
100%.
well, like, you know, once you eat past that point of what your needs are to build muscle, those extra calories ain't going to get you bigger.
Just
They're
get you
just going to
fat.
get you fat. You
Yeah,
know, that's the
exactly.
reality, bro.
It's the exact same thing on the flip side, right? Someone wants to start a gym, even they're new or even they're just coming like a little bit experienced, right? Straight away they just want to go for the bulk.
Yeah,
But as you know through your coaching experience as well as mine, like 99% of people ain't ready for the bulk, right? Like
100%, man, all the
in fact,
time, bro.
let's be honest, if anything, they're just going to be, rather than sounding too technical, increasing their insulin hormone more, become more insulin sensitive, and
Yeah.
sooner than know it, the fatter they're getting, right?
Yeah,
So
this is the thing, mate. Like, it's like with most people when they do look to grow. I don't know if you find it, bro, but most people from a lifestyle standpoint that come to me,
yeah,
they're generally in that sort of like that sort of skinny fat stage, if that makes sense,
100%.
where they feel
Hmm.
like they need more muscle, but then they know they're not defined enough somewhat.
Yeah,
And it could be very sort of situational how I'd approach that with a guy, but most of the time it usually starts with like a shorter, sharper, aggressive diet for a few weeks,
hmm,
pull off as much body fat as we possibly can, get the
yeah,
body in a really prime position from an insulin sensitivity standpoint, and then we can start to build the food up from there alongside the training.
exactly.
And again, bro, it's like a lot of people think that it's just the food that does the growing, but you know, if you're a sort of similar body weight and just seeing your gym performance, your lifts going up, everything's progressing, everything's moving forward, why would you just keep chasing the scale weight up? Especially if you're seeing the body composition improve week
That's
on week. You're getting
yeah,
better at the same weight before you can then push things up. But there seems to be this very toxic relationship with,
with the
I'm
scale.
just, yeah, exactly. I just want to
Yeah,
chase that scale. It's the
hmm,
same in a diet as well, bro. And
yeah,
to be fair, bro, like, I don't know about you. If I was left to my own devices in like a fat loss phase, bro, or something like that, I'd be trying to chase that fucking scale weight all the way down, you know, and
100%, 100%. But this is where I feel like, obviously, to make weight, yeah, we have to. Obviously,
yeah,
we do shows and stuff, but I feel sometimes I feel it's probably more beneficial not even using the scale.
yeah, mate, this is the
Just
thing.
going by other like your waist measurements, your stuff like that. Like nowadays, like people don't look at how the clothes are fitting,
Yeah.
how the clothes are feeling. Like, are they getting looser? Are they getting tighter if they're trying to grow? Like, just these little things are getting more ignored. Sorry, and all they're focusing on is the scale.
Yeah.
What's happening with that?
And this is it. And this is the thing, bro. Like, it's the training for me as well. Like, if you're going in and you're creating a novel stimulus in that session, you're 2 reps up on this exercise, you're 1 rep up on this exercise, you've added a 2.5 kilo to the bar on the next movement. You know, if you are establishing what true training till failure is and that true intensity level, and you're taking it there every time,
Hmm.
then you know that that's an accurate rate of progression. So you know that what is being happening here is you're going to be accruing new muscle tissue.
Hmm.
And, you know, you will still be in some form of a surplus, but even if you're holding weight and your body composition is improving, that's a good sign. The kind of times where you do want to push that food, though, is where you're like, do you know what? If lifts are starting to stall a little bit, each week I'm sort of the similar sort of body weight for like 2 weeks in a row. Body
Yeah.
composition hasn't really changed. It sort of looks quite similar. Like that might be now the time to add more food into the equation. And I don't know if you see it as well, bro. Like people always they want to say like, "Oh, when are we adding more gear? Or when are we adding more food and gear?" And it's like, whoa, hold on a minute. Like 1 week at a time. Don't try and make like a million changes at once. Do you get people that say that to you?
Yeah, yeah, all the time, all the time. And I'll always stick to, and like yourself, right? Like you're quite a big guy yourself as well. Like pushing gear, there comes a time when pushing that too much, it's actually starts having more adverse effects
Yeah,
rather
one
than
hundred
any
percent, bro.
positives, right? Because a lot of people think the more gear I push, the more better I'm going to get, the more stronger I'm going to get, the more bigger I'm going to get. But actually, it disrupts your sleep, right?
Exactly, bro.
Disrupting your sleep, what happens with your recovery? Number two, can diminish your appetite. If
Yeah,
you're not eating, if you can't eat, then realistically, how are you going to grow?
yeah.
Do you know that?
It's that cultural shift, mate. And again, it's because we
Yeah.
live in a world now where I'll compare it to like say 5 to 10 years ago. 5 to 10 years ago, the only people that used PEDs were bodybuilders, maybe
Mm-hmm.
people for extreme sporting events. Like it wasn't sort of brought into that like recreational drug zone that it's in
Yeah.
now. So the problem is when people get into the gym, the first thing they think about now, because everyone's doing it, It's like, okay, what source are we on then? What are we jumping on to progress the physique? And the problem with that mindset now is the fact that people are leaning too far into that they're not focusing on the actual stuff that works way better than this supplement, right? Which is
Facts.
your routine, your sleep, your recovery, your training performance, your diet, nailing everything like that first. That is going to be 90% of your bloody result. That's the cream on top, bro. Do you know what I mean? But people look into it now. They want that. We live in that now generation. People want that one trick that's going to get them to where they need to go. Anything that they can do to not do the hard work that it takes to get the result. And it's a shame to see that mindset drift over. And there's still a lot of people, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that do understand that you got to go in there and smash all these variables first and then think about these things. But, you know, the drugs ain't going to do nothing if those other boxes aren't being ticked day to day, bro. You know what I mean?
It's facts, bro. Like, I had I think he's 18-year-old college lad just come up to me and he's like, right, I want to get this big. I want to put on 12 kilos of muscle by June, right, this year. We're end of January. I was like, mate, if life worked like that, I'll be fucking Rodney Coleman right now. Right?
That'd be the dream, bro.
It's like, okay, what's the answer? Like, would me taking tests, would me taking this, would me taking that help? Now, to be honest with you, I don't think it's actually their fault. Because what you see nowadays is it's the information that's more available to them, like, which wasn't available when me and you were doing things. We have magazines, right? Whereas, like, nowadays, people just on Instagram, they see a favorite celebrity or, I don't know, influencer, right, talking about drugs like anything, and they're just automatically intrigued. Oh, what if I take Tren? What's going to happen to me? But what they don't realise, what's going to happen? They're going to kill themselves in probably 20 years' time.
It's crazy, bro. And the thing is as well, not a lot of people go into the depths of, like, you know, what is it actually going to do for my long-term fertility? I mean, you know, it's not just like when people go out on a weekend and, I don't know, they smash a pill or a little bit of coke or whatever, right? You know, that's something that once the come down's over, it's out of their system. But when you go down that assisted route, it's a case of being like, you've permanently changed how your body the hormones work. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not a decision to take lightly. It's something you've got to be very educated in. But the problem is, like you say, mate, it's the social media side of it. Everyone's now got a voice. So the issue with that is that people are leaning into these guys on social media just because they've made a silly decision to do something. But because they see it on social media, they think, oh, well, if he's doing it, then I'm going to do it. But they don't realize that these people with voices on Instagram, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing the right thing. You know, they can use something that's just completely toxic and something that's completely, dangerous for somebody's health, man. It's crazy. I feel sorry for a lot of the younger guys now, man. I really do.
100%. We still had good people around us, I'd say, back in our generation when we were going to the gym, stuff like that. All right, we might have Bob down the gym who might not have as much knowledge as such as compared to today's. Like,
random underland grab lab bro, exactly, you know, they test and debowl.
Yes, test and debowl, deca, get the deca down. But realistically, it was more of like a family culture. Like, I think bodybuilding, not just bodybuilding, gym lifestyle in particular, fitness lifestyle was totally different. Like, looking back 10 years ago when we were around,
100%,
compared to now, you get kids going in gym. First thing they do, like, the guys ain't even built muscles, right? Yeah, like me and you are big advocates. It's about how you lift and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
like lad in the gym the other day, not a bit of physique, no disrespect or nothing. 10 seconds down on a lat pull down. Like, bro, how are you gonna build muscle on a 5 kilo weight, bro? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Right? This is the thing. It's like you've got the two ways, haven't you? You've got obviously the science, and then you've got real world application. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is that most of these studies, they weren't done on people that were big. You know, they were done on people that were, you know, sort of average size and things like that. A lot of the researchers are done on people that are chasing extreme levels of muscle. And I'm sure you're probably the same with your coaching philosophy, bro. But I include the science, and I'm very, very aware of that. But real world application, you know, we've got to chuck a bit of bro in there and see what happens. And it's like, this is the beauty of it as well. I'm sure you'll agree, mate. It's like, you know, you say you've got James over here, Jimmy over here. You put one method into James and it works really, really well.
It won't work, Jimmy.
You put it into Jimmy and then it's like, fucking hell, you know, it doesn't really work. So let's try another approach. And then he could respond completely different to something else. And the same goes, like, anecdotally for, like, different body parts. Like, for me, bro, the way that I need to train my legs for them to actually grow is way different than the rest of my body. And it's taken me years to understand that.
Yours is how you connect, because I've trained with you on multiple occasions. Like, yours is like how you connect, right? Whereas with me, like, I tend to like grow more like just getting the weight up.
Yeah.
I find, I know people say nowadays, don't chase the pump, don't do this, don't do that. I've always trained that way, and I feel like my body's always kind of grew that way. Not to say that it wouldn't grow if you kind of focusing on the tension more, but it's just, I feel like what people need to realize is about how do you prefer to train.
That's exactly what I was going to come on to there. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. You say, you've been training 10 years.
Yeah.
But you probably wouldn't have made it to 5 years of training if you trained another way that you didn't enjoy.
Exactly.
That's what not a lot of people realize, right? You can either do something that you hate for 2 years and build half a physique, or do something that is slightly suboptimal, should we say, but allows you to train for 15 to 20 years and you build an absolutely gnarly physique as a result from it. And you love every step of the process, and you get to take the rewards of not only what happens from living and breathing the process with your physique, but the cross reference of that goes into the rest of your life as well. Business, relationships.
Exactly, the discipline, right?
Yeah, exactly. That, bro.
It makes a big difference. And it's like when we're talking about training and stuff, like training logbook, let's take for example, right? Like, I personally don't think you've ever logged your lifts recently.
No, to be fair, bro, I've always been a logger. I've always been a logger, bro. But it's just for me, like, it's just like I like to make sure, because every single set that I do, for me, I've got to connect with that muscle super damn well. So I do standardize every single movement that I do. But that being said, bro, if I ever want to go in and have a workout where I just have a bit of fun off the cuff, I will do it. But especially in recent times, I'm so progress driven that I'm quite meticulous around every single aspect. But it's part of my nature as a person. It gives me enjoyment having that meticulousness, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've got great control over it. And I'm quite a control freak with everything that I do. It's probably just some weird autistic thing, bro.
I'm more of a control freak, but not what I do. It comes down to what your clients are doing. In a sense, like me personally, if I'm honest with you, I might get shafted for all this, even saying this to like by my clients. Like, I've never used a train logbook. I just try and remember it from here because I've never enjoyed it. But for them, for example, I expect them to use the training logbook with like the sheets they get, for example. List down what they're lifting, how much they're getting, so we could see a pattern of their strength. But me, if you were asking me to do it personally, I don't enjoy that.
Nah. And the thing is as well, like the intensity is the biggest thing. If you are taking your set to failure and you are educated and you know what failure is, which 10 years of training, 11 years of training, I think we know what that feels like, right?
Yeah.
It's like I've taken it to that point. So that's given me the response. The muscle's absolutely fried. It's not working anymore after that set. And as long as you're getting the right amount of volume for that session and you're recovering from it going into the next session and you're seeing the results in terms of the muscle grow, it's working, man.
It's two sets, I think. If you know how to train to failure, like we always say, 2 sets more than enough, right?
Typically,
yeah. 4 sets, I feel, is a bit like the way we used to do it back in the day.
Bro,
like 4
trust
sets
me.
of bench, 4 sets of incline press.
Did you used to do like 4 sets of bench press for like 6 reps?
8 exercises for chest, 8 exercises for shoulders. Thinking, yeah, man, I'm going to grow like doing this. But you know what? I've never seen growth. That's the funny thing.
I trained myself into the absolute bin, mate. Like, it's crazy because like for chest now, I think like 6 actual working sets for my chest. 100%. I'm smoked, bro. Absolutely smoked.
3 exercises, 3 or 4 tops, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I can barely make past 3 exercises.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. If it's that connection as well, like I always feel like for my chest, it's always been a body part that's slightly more ahead. And I think it's down to the connection I think that I've got with it just naturally. And that's one of the things I always drill into people as well, is like usually your worst body parts, when you dial in and think about it, are the ones that you can't necessarily connect with the best.
Yeah, I get that 100%.
Whereas like, if you're somebody, for example, someone like yourself, you probably connect with everything really, really well, which is why you can go in, annihilate your sessions off the cuff and progress really, really, really well, because you can stimulate every muscle without necessarily having to think too deeply into it.
Probably comes to having a shorter body as well.
Yeah. It's a blessing being short, isn't it, man?
5'6" can't complain, I can't say like, for example, someone 6 foot is going to be feeling the exact same way, but...
Oh, mate, 100%. I mean, when you think about it, like, what things would you say are like probably the most important things for like people that are new to bodybuilding or new to fitness? What do you think are the things that people should be focused on primarily?
Number one, structure. That will
Yeah.
make and break everything. Like what most people think, oh, I'm going gym, I'm training 6 days a week, I'm gonna literally burn myself down with low calories, all this type of stuff. But what they don't realize is before they realize, they end up hating it.
Yeah.
Then they never look back, right? So for me, I will always say structure is king, and it's got to be around their life, around their family, around everything, so they enjoy it. But then obviously, if someone's looking to get into bodybuilding, again, structure is key, right? But there's a bit more, I'd say, more of a stricter approach.
Yeah, mate, I love it that you said that as well, bro, to be honest, because the thing is, like, even in a bodybuilding context, you know, separate it from lifestyle to bodybuilding, whoever they are, everyone is going to have a different lifestyle to each other. And that's
Exactly.
why it always annoys me when people go, oh, we've all got the same 24 hours in a day. Yeah, by the metric of time we do. However, each set of those 24 hours looks different from one person to the next.
100%.
You know, like for me, bro, I've got a kid on the way. Do you know what I mean? Like my
Yeah.
24 hours in a day are going to change completely to what they are right now. So some of the approaches that I may take to my daily life right now will inevitably have to change. But there's always a way of making it work. And I think that sometimes people, they put these sort of like roadblocks in their mind to be like, right, I can't do this because of this, or I can't do that because of this. And it's like, you can. It's a case of manipulating it to make sure that the structure allows your lifestyle to actually, you know, to still function. Because
Exactly.
reality is, bro, fitness should be there to go alongside your life, not take over it. And that's one of the biggest things I put into every single client at the beginning of the process. It's like, right, let's understand exactly what your life looks like day to day. On the application form, I'll get them to put down like their full day. And I know that from my perspective, when I'm creating everything in place, that needs to be at the heart of every decision that's actually made. Do you know what I mean?
100%. That's the only way to find the right structure. I'd always spend, like yourself as well, better like an hour or something on a consultation call, right?
Yeah.
And mapping, when we say like map out for what is fitted for a potential prospect, client, whatever. You understand the day-to-day life, and understanding the day-to-day life, that's how they're going to stick to the plan, because you're doing the plan based on that. So it's like basically kind of reverse engineering everything to find the solution. Do you know what I mean?
It's the biggest reason people fail these days, man, is because, again, you can relate it to social media. They see people on, you know, on social media that say, okay, for example, people that live like us, we're full-time coaches. Our kind of day is actually fully tailored around our bodybuilding goals, and we're at home and, you know, we're looking after our clients. But these guys may work fucking 13-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I feel like I have to do that because this guy's got the result doing that.
Yeah.
So they kind of feel they have to do what they're seeing everyone else do. And it's a case of like, no, it's a case of, right, breaking things down. What are the main factors that we actually need to get the ball progressing for you around your lifestyle? How much sleep can we get that's going to be good quality? Where can we put that focus into to make sure you can move forward, but again, not destroy your life in the process? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's overlooked. Wouldn't you agree? Like, so many people nowadays, hashtag 7 days a week, no rest days. Hashtag fucking, I don't know, like, oh, no sleep for the week. Like, what do you mean sleep for the week? How are you recovering? You know what I mean, bro? Like,
how are you even functioning, bro? If I don't get my 8 hours, mate, I'm a sourpuss, bro.
Exactly. And what people don't realize, they see something on Instagram. For example, they might see me and you doing our cardio 5 a.m. I'll give you an example, We can do that now, right? We used to actually do that even when we were working 9 to 5, right? Like, if I'm completely honest, because we do come from
bro, I remember those early days in the prep. Prep, bro. Fucking hell. We
were constantly at it, but at the end of the day, what they don't realize, they don't need to be up at 5 a.m. to do their cardio. They could do it post-workout. They could just do it according to what fits for them. And that's where most people, I think, are just going wrong these days.
Definitely, bro. It's the overcomplication of it all as well, or feeling that they need to be, let's say, like optimal and perfect in every area. But I honestly view optimal and perfect as very different and very situational, because what may be perfect for me won't be perfect for you or the next
100%.
person, because that perfect that they're trying to achieve could destroy all other areas of their life in the process, and then their life is far from perfect. It's shit because they've got no one else around them anymore. They lost their job. You know, the responsibilities to put food on the table have gone. It's like, it's a very, very delicate thing, man, because, you know, chasing a physique is a very addictive process. I'm sure you'll agree. And once you start seeing those results, sometimes it'll be easy to get sucked into that, to go, oh, fuck everything else. I'm getting in shape. Well, this is what I'm doing.
It's too addictive. I'll give you a prime example today. Like at the start, I was raving on about the peptides approach.
Yeah.
So I'm like to my missus, yo, I feel like I'm going skinny. this is how addictive it gets. I swear to you, mate. I swear to you, I was like, when I'm on the juice, it's not. I don't go like this. And she was like, you're not looking skinny. I was like, I don't feel the pump. I'm going skinny. You know.
Yeah.
We don't realize, even as bodybuilders, even the former bodies, whatever, you kind of always in your head, right?
Always, bro. Always, all the time.
You know?
And this is the thing, bro. Like, I think as well, like people try to like demonize that instead of accepting that it's very, very normal. And I actually put something up on Instagram stories. It's like too many people focus on more than what's outside of the 24-hour window. Like if you want to progress your physique, work out what you need to do in a 24-hour window to be on that right path. Block all of the other noise out around that. Execute those 24 hours to 100% every single day and watch everything unfold from there. Because then it's just simple. You can turn off that mental noise of going, oh, I'm feeling small, I'm this, I'm that. You know what you need to do each day, tick the boxes, move forward, tick each day off as a win every single day, and you will get to where you need to get to. But too many people now overwhelm themselves with trying to look at the whole picture all of the time. It's like laser focus, what do you need to do right now to move forward? I find that's the biggest way to get out of my head.
Exactly, but the thing is with people, like you probably you do definitely get the same, but like you get prospects, you get new clients joining, rather than looking at their day to day, week to week, what they're looking at is already like, what am I going to do in 16 weeks time?
Yeah.
In their mind, they're already thinking of the 16 weeks rather than the building blocks that's going to get them to the 16 weeks, right?
Yeah, exactly that, bro. And the thing is, I always give people that analogy, innit? It's like, I always say to people in their onboarding videos, it's like, when it gets, I've got like a coaching goal line sort of thing that I set for them. And I'll always highlight that their end goal, let's say, for example, it's getting in shape for a wedding, as an example. There's a big dark tunnel, and at the end of that tunnel, there's a little light. That's you being in shape at your wedding. You're going to start this process, like everyone does, motivated out your mind. That may last 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and you go running at this motherfucker full steam ahead. Inevitably, you're going to run out of gas at some point and then realize, God, you know what? That bright light hasn't got any brighter or bigger. I feel unmotivated. I don't feel like quitting now. Whereas if you set little checkpoints along the way, short-term goals, daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, as you move through that process, you're ticking little boxes off. And human nature, we love to tick boxes. We see that as little wins, right?
Exactly.
And then before you know it, it's like, oh shit, I'm at my end result and I've had a great time doing it. But a lot of people always want the result, but they don't actually love the journey. And like, I feel that a fitness journey, you need to love the day-to-day of it.
100%.
Not just because your favorite influencer does it and you feel that you need to do it. You've got to love this shit. You've got to love hitting your meals, the way that your meals make you feel. You love to go into your sessions, performing those reps, winning the day. That's the bit that I love about my own journey. You know, it's my purpose.
That's what took you to where you are, right? What took you from bodybuilding to then becoming a coach and so on. Like, if you're too fixated on the final journey, like you do sometimes get clients that like, or even just general people who are generally happy with the building blocks as well. Don't get me wrong.
Like, 100%.
I'll be few of my guys. Yes, bro, cardio done for the day. Yes, bro, steps done. Yes, bro, session done. Whatever it is, right? But I like that because they feel like they're feeding back for accountability.
I love that, bro. Yeah, I was literally going to say I love it when my guys do that. And sometimes they message me like, "Oh, sorry if I'm annoying you today by sending you a million messages." Honestly, bro, that doesn't annoy me. I like to hear that you're winning, and the positivity that you're giving me, it only allows me to be better. And this is like the sort of selfless but selfish part of coaching, because when I do, let's say, like a great morning of check-ins, and I've got a heavy leg day planned for that day, if everyone's crushed it that morning and everyone's winning the day, I go into that leg session ready to fucking murder. I'm ready.
Energy's right.
I'm ready to go, bro. You know, I'm ready to absolutely attack it. So you just feel like this new sense of fire from everyone as well, mate.
100%. And that feeds into you, energy, right? Energy feeds into you, you know?
It does. It really does help you win.
100%. So what's next for you, bro? Like in terms of...
So for me now, bro, so obviously I got baby due this year in July. Which is obviously going to be a huge, huge lifestyle change. And you definitely change a lot as a person just from that happening. Like, they're not even here yet, bro. And like my whole, like, way of
Structure.
thinking, my whole purpose, my whole meaning behind everything that I do has just become even deeper. From a bodybuilding standpoint, a business standpoint, relationships, everything just feels like it's got more meaning, man. It's really hard to explain. Maybe some dads who are watching this may know what I'm actually talking about here. And I'm sure it's going to evolve a whole nother level in July when that happens. But reality is, mate, my initial plan was to step on stage early part of this year. Okay. And I was going to go for like the PCA universe, do a PCA show and test the waters in Two Bros and the NPC being a heavyweight, because I was top end of the light heavies in 2024. So I had the whole of back end of 2024, the last couple of months, whole of 2025 growing to come back this year. Done a recomposition phase. Yeah, I liked what I saw. 99.1. I was about 6 weeks out condition, I would say, from being legit peeled. But then I think I need to think with that long-term mindset, that delayed gratification. I know what physique I want to build, and I know what the smarter decision is going to be. Whilst competing right now would create a lot of short-term fun and enjoyment, I love the process. I love the process of getting to where I want to be, which is building an IFBB Pro worthy physique.
Physique to win,
if a card comes as part of that, mate, fantastic. But we can't control that happening. What we can control is building an IFBB Pro worthy physique. If you're,
I love it that you say that, because I feel like most people do the opposite. I feel like most people
chase the accolade, they chase the card.
But more than anything, most people, it might hit some people. I don't care. But anyways, most people like chasing a card so bad that they think it's theirs already before actually. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I'm gonna get that pro card this year. But like,
it's like the Deluder Bowl, bro.
Do you know what I mean? It's like they ain't handing out pro cards for like sweets, you know. Anyone who's became pro, like, fair play to them. How many years of work they're doing? How much have they put in for it? Sacrifice their personal and private life,
exactly
right?
That, bro. Exactly that, because it takes a lot to get to that level. Unless you're some crazy genetic freak who could get away with being about 70% on their shit, you know, you've got to put in the work. And, you know, the deeper reality of it is, mate. Yeah, of course, I want to build that pro worthy physique. I want to try and get that pro card. But for me, this is also just a way of life. I love the progression and the pursuit of bodybuilding. I love the journey, getting up each day, putting my rice in my rice cooker, getting my meat prepared in the air fryer. That gives me such great pleasure. It gives me such purpose to my day. And if I didn't have that with bodybuilding, I don't know what I would do, bro. Like, so everything that comes as a byproduct of that, if there's successes along the way, then that is just an additional benefit, mate.
I totally understand that.
Do you get that? Do you get what I'm coming from?
The reason I can say this, there's been multiple times when I've gotten into bodybuilding, I've stopped, I've gone back in. Now that's just been down to because I feel like not bodybuilding at that point, right? So I'll just be honest. I think maybe a lifestyle approach. It's even like now. I'll be completely transparent. Doing a photo shoot, I think might go for the lifestyle approach. But then when I have discussions with like-minded people like you, it kind of reminds me of why I was initially bodybuilding. Do you understand what I mean? That no matter what happens, that like fire inside you is still always alive.
Absolutely, bro. And this is the thing. It's like competing is great fun. It's not for everybody. It really isn't for everybody. And you know what it's like, bro. When you're legit inside out peeled, you don't think the same. You don't act the same. You're probably shutting people out around you a little bit more than probably what you believe you are. You know,
even though you try not to, don't get me wrong.
Exactly, like, you try not to, but the energy that you have to like converse,
you have no energy.
Exactly, it's just not there, bro.
As soon as you wake up, brush your teeth. It's gym, right? Before you go to sleep, brush your teeth. Have my last meal. Time for bed. So you don't have time for anything else. What people don't realize, you got to do your steps. By the time you've done your, 12K steps, 15K steps, whatever it be. By the time you've done all your cardio, by the time you've done all your workout, right? You're kind of dead because you're not dead, but you just don't have the energy for anything.
That's the thing, bro. Like, you know, off season, we wake up with, say, like, an energy bar this big. We can get all of that shit done pretty straightforward. The demand
maybe not in deep off season.
Maybe not. Yeah, it goes the other way again, bro. Do you know what I mean? But like prep, you're waking up with half a bar, bro. And it's like there's only so much that you can actually give in energy wise, and obviously bodybuilding and the journey is going to take 100%. Most of that up. However, I do find that the more seasons I've done, the more shows that I've done, I have got much better at controlling that. It's like a skill, isn't it?
I agree with that.
Do you know what I mean? Like learning to sort of be comfortable with that uncomfortableness of being dugout peeled, bro.
Yeah,
But it hurts to sit down
it's
on a
painful,
chair,
man.
and like
It's
hurts to get up
painful,
off the sofa, bro, because you're like,
yeah,
the amount of energy this is going to take me to just get up right now is like,
it's painful.
yeah, it's crazy.
More than anything. And then when you realise, like you might get a refeed, you might have a refeed, you might have a cheat meal, you might have something, right?
Whatever makes you hungrier.
but what you don't realise, it fucking hurts more. Like, it don't hurt your appetite. I mean, you feel good, but it hurts your legs more because your veins are pushing out your skin. And your ass is like fucking like muscular ripped, yeah. Your glutes are ripped, yeah. It hurts to sit down.
Yeah, honestly, bro. This is the thing. There's lots of negatives that come with it, but it's like, I think sometimes it's very easy within that moment to get lost in maybe the negatives of it. And people, when they're like at the back end of pushing like a prep, they kind of get like that bit like, I just want this to be over. And I've had clients say that to me a lot of the time. I said, bro, don't wish your prep away. Please don't wish your prep away, because I promise you, although it's tough right now, you have a huge level of purpose to every day. And I promise you this, when you transition out of this into your health phase, into your off season, whatever it is, you'll miss this. You'll 100%. Miss being peeled. You'll miss the struggle of the day. You'll miss the satisfaction that each little task may give you at that point, because it is heightened on prep compared to normal.
Yeah, of course.
Don't get me wrong, bro. Even in off season, every meal excites me because I know it's counting towards something. But in prep, it's like another level it goes up to. And I think people, they get in this crazy shape and they don't really appreciate or take that time to go, this is so awesome. They focus way too much on how they feel or where their appetite is. And I'm so hungry, I can't wait to eat. I can't wait to eat. Bro, be hungry for 16 weeks. It's 16 weeks of your life. You can do
exactly.
it.
Hunger's a blessing.
Yeah, like, it is, bro. It is.
You know? Like, I'm sorry, we're still privileged. We're having 5 meals a day, whatever we're having, right? Yeah. There's people out there that ain't even having a meal.
People that got to walk fucking 30 miles just to have a fucking grain of rice, bro, you know? And it's a blessing to be able to do what we do. And we don't know what true hunger is. No. So I mean, like, that's just a completely different level. We're just facing a bit of discomfort. Exactly. That's the way that I look at it. And your perspective on it is everything. And I say to guys as well, if you have got your phone and you've got Instagram and you start looking at all of these cookie pizzas and all these crazy stuff, and the algorithm starts feeding that to you, every time you pick up your phone on prep, you're being forced to look at these things. And it's just going to make you hungrier and hungrier.
You know what, though? Shall I be honest with you?
Do you know what I mean?
We all do it.
Oh, yeah, 100%, bro. I'm speaking from experience. I've been in that place, and it's like, sometimes you've got to just be like, right, do you know what? I'm going to remove all of that shit whilst I'm on prep. I'm going to remove the noise for that. I'm going to kit my day out with a lot of activity. And, you know, I've always found that, don't get me wrong, I haven't done a show whilst being a coaching full time just yet. But I've done a few diets and got pretty close. It's actually so much easier because I'm busy. A lot of people aren't busy enough. And if you're very, very busy, before you know it, it's
you don't have time to think.
Then it's the next meal. Then it's the next meal. Then a day's done. Then a week's done. Makes it so much easier, bro.
Exactly. You just don't have time. If you're just going to sit there and just prep, right, you got nothing else to do all your life, whatever, right, in your time.
It's when the mind wanders.
Your shit. I'll give you an example. That was me probably, in my first ever prep, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't working. I wasn't doing nothing. I was chilled. I was young, you know? And
it's the worst mix.
To be honest with you, it was fucking shit, man. Then last year I was busy. I was constantly doing something. Didn't even feel like I was dieting, if I'm honest.
Because you're so occupied, bro. There's a lot of tasks to do. And even now, bro, like, I always find that the years, the months, the weeks, whatever, it all goes by so bloody quick. Because
already
it's like,
in February,
I'm so busy. Every day's like Groundhog Day for me, bro.
Yeah.
Same time, the same thing happens. And some people always say to me, they're like, do you not get bored of doing the same thing every single day? And I say, I actually don't, because I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. I love the satisfaction of moving forward for my life and building something that changes the lives of others and inspires others, as well as, you know, proving to myself what I'm capable of doing. Like, I go to bed each night and I think, do you know what? Today's another win. I feel fulfilled, bro.
That's
do you know
it.
what I mean?
I totally get that, especially from our 9 to 5 mindset. Like it's great. I feel like, to be honest with you, if I'm completely honest, I feel like everyone needs to at least experience a 9 to 5, right?
Yeah,
because
it actually helps people establish quite good structure within their lives.
Yeah, I feel like that's why we probably have it, because we're naturally built for, like, okay, we need to be up this time, we need to do this by this time, we need to do this, But like the same way now in our business, we actually can do that.
Did you start working at a young age as well?
Yeah, I was working when I was 13, man.
See, See, I started work, I think I was about 15 to be fair, but like
Yeah,
that routine was already established from a very young
100%.
age. So it's like I was programmed into being forced into a routine. And I
Yeah,
don't know if you noticed it with your guys who have jobs like your clients over the Christmas period. Did you notice that some of them had that time off and then their whole routines, their wake up times, everything just disappeared?
everything's changed.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
And they
because
wouldn't
that
check
routine that
in.
they're forced into, whether they believe it or not,
Yeah.
is taken away, and then all hell breaks loose from there. So
But
they've
most
got
people
more time
live
to
like
do
that.
what they need to do, but they don't get it done because they've
Yeah.
got, all the other distraction around.
Exactly. And unfortunately, most people live like that. And you
Yeah,
know what really grates on me a little bit is like, when people say, I don't have time.
yeah,
Like they're working 9 to 5, they feel like they don't have time. Like I can stand there and say, like I work with like you do, you probably yourself as well, most likely. Like I work with high level entrepreneurs, right? Running
yeah,
multiple
yeah. I've got a
businesses.
few of
One
those,
one day
bro.
they're in the UK, one day they're in Dubai, anywhere, right? How the fuck are they finding time? But you're in an office and you got a best structure, in my opinion, now that I've done both sides of the world, right?
Yeah,
You got a 9 to 5. How can you not go to the gym either 5 a.m., yeah, if you want to spend time with your family in the evening, or go for half 5, get to the gym 6. Like when I was working 9 to 5, I used to be in the gym 6 p.m. I used to still get my cardio done in the morning,
yeah.
right? And I used to do it. But how are most people still struggling by using the excuse of working 9 to 5? But then they got about 3 hours to sit on watching Bridgerton or
Yeah,
something like
yeah, bro.
that. You know what I mean?
Or doom scrolling, bro. When you break
Yeah.
someone's day down, people don't realize how, and we're all vulnerable to it, mate. I am myself.
Yeah.
If my phone's there, sometimes between check-ins, if I don't set my timer, say this is check-in time, between check-ins, you can get a message through, and that'll then take you to Instagram, and then before you know it, you're scrolling shit. It's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's funny you say that around the time management, mate. And a lot of it is the biggest reality of it is, in my opinion, is like you've got to value it enough. If you value your physique goals enough, you will always make time, no matter if it's an inconvenience. If
It's
it's an
not even physique
inconvenience
goals,
to
bro.
you, you probably don't value it enough
Hmm.
to want to chase it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I remember working 13-hour days, bro. I'd get up in the morning, 4 a.m.,
Hmm.
I'd hit my 60 minutes cardio,
I've seen
come
it.
home, prepare the meals. I'd work a 13-hour shift and then I would train until midnight, get 4 hours sleep, and then do the
And do it
same
again.
again. But I know that for me, the value was there because I wanted that goal so bad
Hmm.
and I wanted to make sure that I could do it. And this isn't me boasting about that at all. And if anything, that's a
No,
pretty
no,
dumb
no.
thing to do. But I
100%.
valued the goal so highly that I
Yeah.
wanted to achieve it and chase it, and it felt really it felt really really good when I did achieve it. And I stood there on show day, peeled in the shape that I dreamt of being. It's like I
Hmm.
worked bloody hard to get here. And whilst
100%.
again the judges don't know, they don't give a toss who's worked the hardest. They just judge that look.
Hmm.
I brought something to the stage that I know that I've worked really really hard for. You know.
Hmm. But fitness changes everything, bro. Like, obviously, without saying names, like I've been working very, very closely with one of my very, very close clients as well. Like, all my clients are close to me, but this guy in particular, I just love his mindset. Right,
Yeah, I love it
like
when you got guys like
he,
that, bro. There's some guys you just click really good with,
exactly.
isn't there?
Like the guy came out of prison. Right, I'll give you an example. Yeah, obviously, everyone, people judge whatever. Right, came out of prison. Right, first thing he did a few months after he started getting coached by me. Right, yeah.
I love that.
Then now he's training to be a competitive athlete, right? His whole mindset's different. Now his mindset is like you hear him out. Like he says to me, bro, this feels like it's changed my life. Like now, forget what he went to prison for, right? Like now he's like, all right, I need to look at doing this business. I need to look at this. What people don't realize, if you're in fitness or anything like that, the discipline you gain out of maybe weighing your food, maybe eating certain type of foods or whatever, the discipline you learn there, it carries over to every aspect of your life.
100%, bro. I have bodybuilding to thank for everything that I have been
Yeah.
successful in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
it's such a cross transferable skill, and it's like a superpower, mate. And in
100%.
all honesty, like it builds that. Don't get me wrong, we all struggle with self belief from time to time, but one thing that
Yeah.
I know with me is that if I put my 100% and I apply my bodybuilding mindset into any endeavor, I will succeed in it because I know
The
that
goal, bro.
I won't give up
No?
at the
Yeah.
the times of difficulty. I'll always find a way to learn lessons from those failures to
Mm-hmm.
continue moving forward, being
Mm-hmm.
resilient to the day-to-day motivations, right? Leaning into the discipline. What do I need to do today to move forward in this aspect
Mm-hmm.
of my life and make sure
Exactly.
that it's part of my routine, it's part of my structure, similar to how like a meal would be for your bodybuilding. But it could be like one task of like, right, I need to make sure that I upload this education video library, education video to the library for the guys on the team this week to make sure that they know how to handle this situation. And being relentlessly consistent with those things. I know I need to make a YouTube video. I know I need to be on a podcast. You know what I mean? Doing these tasks, bro.
You know, it's just, yeah, man. It's just, I feel like most people just think, okay, fitness is just getting a physique goal, right? I think it far exceeds that.
It's a surface layer, mate.
Exactly. Like I've personally seen this, especially now doing more coaching in depth now with different people with different lifestyles. Like most like the business type of lifestyle clients or like entrepreneurs or busy professionals, right? You actually get them to do their blood work. Yeah.
Yeah.
You notice their liver's elevated from stress. You look at it, LDL cholesterol.
Prolactin, bro.
That's raised. The prolactin. And then you have to bring them health markers in rage. Now, if they didn't get into fitness, they would have never knew things like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like, it helps you discover so much, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know, like people always point the finger at what we do and they go, oh, you know, that's so unhealthy, this, that, and the other. And yeah, don't get me wrong, you know, bodybuilding, it's not a healthy sport. You know, fitness lifestyle, yeah, it's a lot healthier. Bodybuilding's not necessarily healthy, but one thing that we do if we are proper bodybuilders is getting the blood work done, getting your calcium 100%. Scores done, getting ECGs done within time as well. So just to make sure that you get an inside scope of what you are doing and how it's affecting your body. Because at the end of the day, mate, we may all be born the same, but I tell you what, someone could do one cycle and it ruined their health completely. The next person could get away with 20 years of crazy cycle abuse and get away with it.
Yeah.
It's just the genetic response to that, but you have to act within what your body can tolerate in alignment 100%. With your goal, alongside the risk that you are prepared to take.
Exactly
that, mate. It's weighing all of those things up. How far do I want to push this? How far am I willing to let my health deteriorate?
And what does it mean?
If I saw my health deteriorate, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done, because I value my health way more than my bodybuilding, 100%. Especially now becoming a father. You know, that's a massive thing for me. Like, if I notice that things are drifting too far in the wrong direction, it's like, I've had a blast here. I've done everything that I can do, but my time is done here. And if I can't get to my goal, to where I need to get to with taking a slightly different approach after trying it, call it quits. There's no point in trying to chase something that ain't gonna happen.
You're not going to go chasing, like, if you have to push the anabolics furthermore, maybe you will push the anabolics to a certain degree furthermore. That's understandable. But
reality is, isn't it, bro?
There does come a dead point to how much more you're going to push.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, there's parameters in my mind. I'm probably not comfortable going over this dose per week, or I'm not comfortable using this compound for X amount of time and things as well.
I think, you know what we should do? Honestly, because we don't see many people discuss doses, just for people that are aware, right, or want to be aware, because they might actually be doing more than what they should be, which I believe
mate, I see it all the time, bro. It's crazy.
Right?
People come to me, they're taking
like, for me, right, when I say a gram or just above for a normal lifestyle person, say 1 to 1.1, 1.2 grams, right, of total assistance, load, I feel like you can make very good progress off that. That's a push.
The reality is, bro, that's still quite high.
That's still quite high, exactly.
Yeah, it's still quite high, but the problem is a lot of people think now that they need to go in, I'm just going to use a gram a week.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't realise that, you know, a lot of the best bodybuilders in the world, people fall under this delusion and assume that they're just using multiple grams per week. Of course, there are people out there doing that, but it's like, I always compare it to like a car, right? Let's say like we're like I don't know, we're not quite a Peugeot, but let's just say we're a BMW, right? We're okay. You know, we're quite a good car. We've got all right genetics. You know, we haven't had to push things too hard to get to where we had to get to. But you've got someone like Samson Dowda. He's a Ferrari, bro. You know, you put a little bit in that, he's going to explode and go crazy.
Exactly.
He's the best. He's got Ferrari genetics.
100%.
A lot of people don't realise that. They just assume that he's using everything under the sun.
Exactly. Like one of my guys, for example, the total we pushed, and I'll just be totally open here, we did 250 test, a week. 250 mast a week. That's 500 milligram. Very low,
That's nice, bro, for a lifestyle.
Yeah, honestly, he's looking to become a bodybuilder, but now he is anyway. But 500 milligram, most people will look at that and be like, That's a fucking cruise.
Yeah.
These days.
That's
You
one thing
understand
that
what I'm
annoys
trying
me
to say?
these days, bro.
That's what's become the norm these days.
Yeah. It's annoys me
You
when
know?
people, I'm cruising, bro. I'm cruising.
What you
What are you
cruising?
cruising on? Mate, you're on 600 milligram a week. What do you mean you're
It's
cruising?
fucking bridging. It's
Yeah.
bridging the cycle. It's not cruising. It's bridging, right?
100%. And bro, in all honesty, like, you know, I've spent plenty of time bridging and not cruising in the past. And
100%. Yeah.
right now, bro, like this was probably like the first proper cruise I did on TRT levels for me, because my test was 30 nanomolars,
Yeah.
which is literally just outside the normal range. But when we put bits and pieces back in the mix, the response, insane. And I think not a lot of people realize the same with like caffeine, for example, right? If you were to drink caffeine every single day, yeah, you kind of don't really notice the effects anymore.
Your
If you
tolerance
did a
goes up.
caffeine break or brought it right down for an extended period of time, you then bump it back up. Boom! God, you know what? That coffee sent me into fucking oblivion. And it's the same with anabolics, bro. You've got to have that downtime. And a lot of the guys back in the day, they spent time fully off. They spent time in the
PCT.
health phase for a long period of time. And I
You
always
don't
say,
do
like
that.
post-showing, for a prime example, spend as long as you can making progress in a health phase that you can before the tables sort of get to that point where it's like, now we're going to chuck bits in. And then we get a second rebound off the back of that.
That's interesting. Okay, that's a very interesting one, because I feel that all comes down to, and this is just my approach, right? I feel it comes down to how much time a person has spent
Yes.
on their cycle in a phase, right? So I'll give you an example, right? Last year, I had the best off season I ever had.
Yeah. Oh, bro, it's a
I
nutty
was
one,
there.
that, for you.
I was the heaviest I was, as you seen yourself, right? Like me personally, I did a cycle, I think it was about 7 weeks, and then led to a show.
Yeah.
Did the show, did good there, moved on. Went straight into rebound, where we implemented a cycle, right? And then that we ran the rebound for an extra, I'd say, 8 weeks to 10 weeks, yeah? So all in all, I used the anabolics for around 16 to 18 weeks, yeah?
So that's ideal. That's ideal, because the timeline's specific, isn't it? It's like if you're somebody that's done a 20-week prep, that toxicity meter is built right up.
Built right up. You can't rebound after that, bro.
Can't, bro. Because
you rebound after that,
you just get more toxic and your body doesn't respond. And then all you end up doing is you just, trash your health markers even more.
Exactly.
And then when you do go into a health phase, you're probably going to go backward for a little bit. Whereas if you were to do a 20-week prep, drop the toxicity out, go back onto TRT, let the food do the talking for a little while, you're going to get healthier, more responsive as the things go on. And you're so bloody insulin sensitive, the food's going to grow you up to a certain point.
100%.
When you see that diminish on returns, get maybe blood work done, 8 weeks maybe, and then it's like, okay, maybe body composition's starting to get a little bit sort of cruise soft. Put the bits back in, second rebound wave, let's go. Off we fly again. And that's how I treated this diet, bro. That first initial, I think it was about 6 kilos that came onto the frame, was just on that TRT. Body composition held very, very well. Got to like week 8, my recovery was pretty smashed by that point in time, and got bloods done, in a happy spot to keep pushing forward, address the things that I needed to. And now I'm starting to see the second part of that rebound come into play now. Things are just continuing to crank on.
Exactly. Like one of the phrases I used to be, and I know quite a lot of people still are, they were like scared to take time off.
It's a common thing,
So
man.
what I do now, like for example, even with myself or whether it's client work, if I start noticing the strength has started to dip on a weekly basis, I'll give it 2 weeks, because 1 week can be a bit of a
you could have a week of poor sleep or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And then if it happens consistently for the second week, right, then I know, okay, my body needs a break. Not on anabolics, I mean from the gym, right? From lifting. Then I end up taking about 3 to 5 days off, and then I'm fresh as a daisy again. Like
100%.
Back in the day, I used to hate taking that time off. I felt guilty. But then what people don't realize, what I never realized at that time, you actually grow outside of the gym.
Yeah, bro, that's 100% right. And this is the thing as well. Like, I'll force myself to do it, bro. I'll kind of force it on myself.
Yeah.
Every 6 to 8 weeks, I'll be like, right, you're taking 3 to 4 days off, fully rest.
100%.
Because if you're pushing the envelope with your training, you're training hard, you're really pushing forward. There's only so long that your body can hold up to that. And
tolerate it.
It's going to show in a few different signs. Like for me, mate, the recovery side is okay. For me, it's my nervous system. My CNS gets smashed. My sleep goes down. My digestion gets poor. My mood gets terrible. And then it's like, okay, maybe I'm carrying a little bit more fatigue than I should right now. Let's back it off for 3 to 4 days. And I'll get back in the gym, bro. Guess what? I'm stronger and I'm still moving forward again. You know, maybe the joints don't feel as clicky and weird. Like I always get a weird clicky hamstring when I'm getting to that point, bro. So it's always
Mine's
my
a
left
knee.
hammy. It's like a bit clicky
Mine's
and
a knee.
crunchy. You know,
Yeah.
knees and that, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
man.
you got to give the body the rest where it's.
But I'm getting
where it's
older,
due.
bro. You're still quite young.
I feel old now, bro. Especially
Yeah,
being
no.
a dad, mate.
You're
Oh my
still
god!
quite young, bro.
When they're born, mate, I'm just gonna feel like a proper old man. Do you know what I mean?
Life changing, life changing. That will be.
There's a lot of juice left in me yet, bro. You know what I mean? There's still got a lot of things to achieve, man. But mate, this has been a wicked first episode. I mean,
100%.
I know we've sort of just ran it off into wherever, but
everything.
I hope that whoever's been watching this has gained some good value for it.
Inside.
And Aaron, bro, I have to say, you know, if people want to find you for coaching, how do they get in contact with you, man?
It's normally based on my Instagram, and get in touch with me on Instagram, or I do have an application, but more than an application, I prefer like DMs, just so that I can have a human conversation with them beforehand to see that we.
Definitely, mate. And this is the thing, guys, you know, if you're watching this and you want to, you know, hit up Aaron for some coaching, I'll make sure that his links to his socials are in the box below as well. And I'll also put my own ones in there for coaching as well. You know, if you guys need extra help in any way, shape or form, whether it's getting the right structure, the routines put in place, or even if the goal is a little bit more advanced, so you need that second layer of accountability, whatever it is, or even if you guys, obviously we talked a lot about the assisted side of things here. If you guys want to make sure that you're still around in 10 to 15 years with the approaches that you're taking, you know, let us help you do that. All right.
Yeah.
As coaches, we feel that is part of our nature to make sure we can help as many people in our circle as possible.
Due diligence, bro, isn't it?
100%. 100%. And guys, as well, if you do want to drop in the comments, if there's anything you want us to talk about specifically in the next episode, whenever that comes, then be sure to let us know. But until next time, guys, this has been the Built Different podcast, and we'll catch you in a bit.